This morning we're joined by the 4000 Foundation to discuss the upcoming 32nd annual Rail Fair that's rolling into town very soon. Good morning.
Good morning.
Thanks for being with us. So tell us a little bit, what is the Rail Fair and when is it?
Well, Rail Fair is, again, 32nd annual. Is going to be held Saturday, July 13th in Copeland Park. Represents our largest and most high-profile fundraiser to raise funds to maintain and restore the La Crosse Short Line Railroad Heritage Museum in Copeland Park.
All right, so next Saturday, what time?
Hours are 10 until 4.
Okay, all right, great.
Can you tell us more about the 4000 Foundation and its mission?
Oh, we're a nonprofit organization, and we came into existence in the fall of 1989, specifically to help raise funds to affect restoration and maintenance for the Heritage Museum in Copeland Park. This consists of the Burlington steam locomotive and the Milwaukee Road caboose. And then in 1991, we led the effort to bring the Grand Crossing interlocking tower, which sat about 2 miles from the park, into the park for preservation.
And you mentioned it's the 32nd year, so how has the event and the organization evolved over that time?
Well, it's grown fairly steady. We're kind of at capacity now. You can expect see upwards of 250 vendor tables, and their vendors are basically other hobbyists and collectors and modelers.
Okay.
So you're going to see a very broad range of merchandise offered for sale trade. You can be model railroads, all scales, toy trains, antique trains. Certainly railroad memorabilia of any and all descriptions. It's kind of serendipity. You just don't know quite what to expect at these events, but there's a lot, and people in the know are certainly going to be there, but we like to appeal to the casual observer and the new interested people. Of course, the museum is going to be open for guided tours, which is always great to bring it's a family event, so you want to bring the kids. It's entertaining, it's educational, and it's fun.
Yeah, lots of stuff to look at, it
Indeed,
sounds like.
Exactly.
Yeah, well, you pretty much told us what attendees can expect. Is there anything else, maybe a little hidden surprise, maybe?
You just, like I say, you just never know what's going to show up at an event like this. There's a lot of out-of-production collectors type memorabilia and models and stuff. It's just a surprise. And it's a bargain hunter's paradise. If you're looking to add, if you're a collector or if you're a modeler, if you add to your collection and so forth, you can take some souvenirs home with you. Also, concessions are going to be provided by Frontier Badger Masonic Lodge, as always, and the Loki from the 40 and 8 locomotive are going to be giving rides during the day as well.
Oh, very cool. Okay, and so we have some information up on the screen now. Looks like admission is $5. Kids under 12 are free.
Correct.
Do people need to buy tickets in advance, or should they just buy them when they show up?
You want to get them at the door, so
okay.
That's not a problem.
Okay.
I have to tell you, I had this same ensemble you're wearing right now, and I had trains when I was a little kid, and then my sisters had their babies, and then it was more like Godzilla versus Artville, and the train stations were just kind of went the way of the dodo bird. But it was fun. It's a really enjoyable time for kids to enjoy, and adults too, man.
Yeah, really an all ages activity.
Yeah, it's a big part of our heritage, because at one time, the railroad industry was 5 different railroads served La Crosse at one time.
Wow.
And as you might imagine, it was a lot of families have roots, railroad heritage of the city. So it's kind of a celebration of that as well.
Yeah, very cool. Well, sounds like a great event. So thank you so much for being here to tell us about it.
My pleasure.
No problem. Stay with us. We're back right after this.